What's up YouTube, BMR here, and today we'll be fully disassembling my MA-020. As you can see, I've been studying the schematics and I'm very well acquainted with the car. The plan of attack is to work my way front to back and top to bottom. So we'll be starting up front and we need to remove 4 screws in total, as well as unclip and pull the pins for the suspension arms. This will expose the front differential and camber knuckle assembly, so let's get started. So now that we have the front upper removed, we can go ahead and move on to the lower. So first off, we're just going to have to remove these 2 screws so then we can pull this clip, because this clip actually does retain the front end of this a little bit. So then after we pull this clip, we can remove these 4 screws and that'll allow us to access the tie bar in there. So let's get to it. So now that we got all 4 of the front screws uninstalled, we can go ahead and pull this differential cover. Well, not differential cover, I guess just lower plate. Set that to the side. And as you can see, there's our front tie bar. Pull that. And so that's your front end completely disassembled. That's everything you need to take off. And as you can see, there's nothing in there except for the drive shaft and then this servo plate. So we'll eventually get into there. So to take off the back end of the car, it's really simple. All you need to do is remove the 4 screws right here, 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 and here, and this entire back end will just slide off. So with my car, as you can see, my frame's broken, it's cracked right there, and also on this side, it's stress cracked and broken. So all that's retaining it right now are these lower 2 screws, but I just wanted to show you guys on camera how to go ahead and take this off. It's super simple, so let's get into that. We have the 2 lower screws and theoretically the 2 upper screws removed, you just slide off your back end completely. It just completely separates like that. So that'll help hold your differential and your knuckles. So let's just go ahead and set this to the side for the moment. So now that the back end of the car has been removed, all you have to do is pull those 4 screws, like I said, you slide that off, and then your next step that you're gonna have to do is take off your clip. I went ahead and removed the PN clip, this one right here, because these ones are, since they set up so high, they're kind of difficult to remove from your chassis. So anyways, I was able to pop mine off, but now that I have it off, I couldn't do it on camera. But then after that, you want to remove your 2 screws right here, and this is your motor. These are your lead wires for your motor. And so anyways, You remove these 2 screws and you pop this clip off, and all you have to do is slide your motor down. So one thing that you have to be mindful of when you're sliding your motor down is that this little tab, I don't know what that's called, but this little tab, it can get stuck on your drive shaft right there. So just be really careful when you're pulling everything down not to yank anything. And also when you're pulling it down, you can also stop and check and make sure that your drive shaft isn't interfering with anything. So let's go ahead and remove the motor. I put a little bit of pressure right here on the pinion, and that starts dropping it down. So like I said, it's really easy to pull it down. And the biggest concern is your wires. So just be careful of your wires when you're dropping this through. Let's go ahead and pull these down. You can see all this through your battery compartment, and then boom, see that tab got cut or got caught. But I can make note of that. And then realign it and slide it straight through. So boom, that's it. The motor drops out. There's your motor mount, your pinion, your motor, all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and set our motor to the side. And now we have the main body of the chassis. So from here, I think the plan of attack is I'm going to remove these 2 upper screws and I'm going to pop off this cover so that way we can check out the board. And then we're going to go ahead and see what else we need to do to remove the servo, because I know the servo's in there. I know this board's in here. I'm not quite sure what all is in here. I'm getting a little nervous right now, guys, but I'm going to keep on soldiering on because I want to get that SP chassis, I think, and then I'm just going to try to install these guts directly into that chassis. So anyways, guys, let's move ahead. We're going to pull off these screws and get into it. All right, so I think these 2 screws are all that holds this little plate on here. Just be gentle. All right, we broke into it, guys. So it looks like this is just a little plastic cover. It's retained by 2 screws and a back clip. And here's our board. So this is it, guys. This is the heart and soul. This is the guts of the car. So this is what your board looks like for anybody who's curious. Once you've pulled apart this cover, this is what's in here. So anyways, in my last video, guys, when I was talking about how I was devastated, it was because, see these leads right here? I wouldn't be able to solder something like that, but I've been doing research on the SP frames, and they actually have these wires pre-soldered in, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the trigger, order one of those SP frames, and try to drop my guts into that frame. So anyways, I just wanna make a really detailed video to help everybody in the community see what it's like to disassemble your car, and then I'll probably do a full video on assembling that car, but anyways, this will also help me in the future. I can come back to this video and see exactly, oh, okay, this gray wire right here led into here and hit this red wire up on top, and you know, this wire fed in from this angle and screwed in there. But anyway, so hope this helps somebody out there. We're gonna keep on going. So this is what it looks like if you're interested. So as far as I can tell, this is your power wires, and then those lead down into these littler ones, come down into our servo unit, and then also our power on and off switch. So kind of cool. I'm just checking this out here for a second. I wonder what that screw is right there. I guess we're gonna go ahead and remove the board. I'm really nervous. So as you can see, guys, the red wire coming into here on the left side, and the black wire goes down onto the right side. Future Blake, remember this. One last time, red on the left, black on the right. So I got those unscrewed. Just so I don't lose track of these screws, I'm gonna go ahead and tape them onto the contacts. All right. Anxiety level went down slightly. One less thing to worry about. So pulling back the board, it looks like this black screw right here And then I'm thinking this screw in here are what's going to be holding down our servo and our power switch in there. So let's get to it. So that's all the visible screws removed. Let's just push. Oh, right. So this is also going to be held in by clips, so let's unclip. So I got the clips removed. I think we just pull up. So this front part pulls free. Oh man, there's our servo in there, guys, in case you've ever been curious what it looks like. Dar she blow. All right, so yeah, you can see my whole servo unit in there, everything. Wow. Pretty amazing, guys. It's so tiny. Really is amazing to me. So that's all that. So I think this is about as far as I'm going to go. I don't want to pull out my servo and my my on and off switch and all that kind of stuff because, like I said, I'm going to order the 020 SP frame and I kind of want to leave this bit intact. I just wanted to get down in here and see exactly what's in there. Now I'm feeling a lot more confident since now that these battery terminals, I see that all you have to do is basically make sure you have one of these. You pop this on top and this will give you a place to set down your terminals. And then I guess that's what I'm calling these, is terminals or leads. I don't know what it is. But anyways, you put your leads onto these little plastic bits, and then you can attach your motor parts right on top of that, and that'll give us power. So guys, I have something to order now. I'm going to have to put that together. But anyways, I'm just going to leave all this, like I said, as one little unit for now because I want to try to just pull this up and plop it down into the new chassis. But anyways, guys, I think this should suffice to go as far as you need to. If you need to go any further into your car to, say, remove your drive shaft, all you need to do is pull this screw right here, and this little black plastic clip will pop out, and then remove this screw right here, and this little clip will pop out too, and then you'll be able to just slide out your drive shaft and pop out, remove your bearings, because that's what these little plastic things are bearing retaining, housing, whatever you want to call them, bearing retainers. So anyways, they're just screwed in right there and there. So those are the only two screws I didn't remove. So this is the inside of the car. So like I said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pop some of these bits back onto this just so I can, you know, put it away safely and know that I'm not going to lose anything. But anyways, we'll regroup in a minute. So that's it for the disassembly video. I went ahead and I installed the screw on this side and then also the screw in the battery bay. If you're wondering what this screw was, I'm pretty sure what this does is it holds the servo train here in place. And anyways, this black part is just held in by the clip and that screw. So I just went ahead and I installed that. I popped this back on there because I want to keep this together for the most part because I do have plans to revive this chassis in the future. Well, not this exact chassis, but you know, my guts and my internals. I hope this video helps somebody out there gain some insight onto exactly how to break down the car and what's inside of it. I hope we kind of remove some of the mystery around it because that was what was making me really nervous. There hasn't been really any detailed guides on how to break down your car. So anyways, I hope, like I said, this can help demystify the car for some people. I hope it'll help some people gain some insight on the car. Anyways, I will have a full assembly video in the future because like I said, I plan on purchasing the SP frame and we're going to revive this car. We're going to bring it back. So anyways, if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow this project and you like what I'm doing here on the channel, please consider subscribing. Hope you guys have a great evening and see you next time.